Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into part 3 of our July road trip. In part 1 we explored the bright lights of Las Vegas, and in part 2 we visited Hoover Dam and the breathtaking Grand Canyon. If you missed those, I have linked them in the description below. In this part we'll be taking you through two absolutely stunning destinations, the world famous Antelope Canyon and the iconic Monument Valley. Let's get started. After spending some amazing time at the Grand Canyon, we continued our journey towards Antelope Canyon. Honestly, the RV ride itself was one of the best parts of the trip. We had so much fun along the way. When we finally reached the RV site, we were so impressed. This was easily one of the best campgrounds of our trip. There were spacious RV sites, regular tent sites for the campers, and even a playground with equipment for the kids to enjoy. And for the first time, I saw something really unique, wagon tents set up alongside the campsites. Such a cool concept, and definitely something that stood out to us. After settling in at the RV site, it was time for dinner. Let me take you inside and show you how we cooked in the RV and all the food we had stocked up for the trip. From our Costco haul to the meals we planned for the next few days, everything was ready to make RV life not just fun but also super tasty. Along with the Costco and Fredmere haul, we also brought some homemade snacks for the road. To make things easier, we stocked up on ready to eat curries and, of course, plenty of snacks for the kids to munch on during the drive. The RV fridge came in super handy. We packed it with all the essentials to keep everything fresh and easily accessible for the trip. The next morning, we headed to the Antelope Canyon Tour Shuttle check in point. Since this is a guided tour, we had booked a slot in advance, which I highly recommend because the tours often sell out quickly. One important thing to know, kids under 6 are not allowed on these tours, so definitely plan ahead if you are traveling with little ones. Once we checked in, we were ready to hop on the shuttle and begin this incredible experience. The drive towards the canyon was absolutely beautiful, with wide open desert views all around. I was so excited knowing we were getting closer to this wonder. But as soon as we left the main road, the adventure really began. The ride got super bumpy. We were bouncing up and down in the shuttle. The kids were loving every second of it, laughing and cheering, while the rest of us just tried to hold on tight. It honestly felt like the perfect build up to the adventure waiting for us inside Antelope Canyon. Once we reached the starting point, we hopped off the shuttle and began following a guide into the canyon. Right away, he started explaining the canyon's history and features in such fascinating detail, from how the slot canyons were formed over thousands of years by flash floods and erosion, to pointing out little textures and shapes on the rock walls that most of us would have otherwise missed.
Together with the moisture, water receded, gravity took over, gravity compacted sand down, the sun heating up the sand evaporated all the moisture, then the sun continued to bake the sand, yeah, his eyes right here. Then the same one's an elephant. elephant is mad, flapping its ears. Here's a trunk, eye, small ear, and big ear. Mad elephant flapping its ears. Then there's a bird. Here's the bird's back. The bird's head's right here. The bird's beak, and then his body. Yeah, the bird's eyes. No, Sunny, mobile.
Here's a quick tip. If you're planning to visit Antelope Canyon, try to book a tour around noon. That's when the sun rays hit directly inside the canyon, creating those magical light beams and making the colors of the rocks glow. It's the best time for photos. If you go later in the afternoon, the canyon tends to be a bit darker and you might miss out those iconic shots. We were also super lucky with our guide. Not only did he explain the canyon's history and details so well, but he also helped us capture some amazing photos. Honestly, it made the experience even more memorable. The only drawback of the Antelope Canyon tour was the walk we had to climb up and then down along the sandy path, and honestly, it almost felt like a mini hike. But with the canyon still fresh in our minds, every step was worth it. After finishing the Antelope Canyon tour, we hopped back into our RV and started driving towards our next stop, Horseshoe Bend. The scenic drive itself was beautiful, giving us time to relax, enjoy the views, and getting excited for the next iconic spot on our road trip. It was about a 10 to 15-minute walk from the parking area to the viewpoint, so make sure to wear comfortable shoes. Bring plenty of water and sunscreen, especially during midday. This was one of the spots where we really felt the heat, since there almost no shade. We actually ran out of water and the kids were super thirsty, but trust me, it was all worth it. The view at the Horseshoe Bend is absolutely stunning. The Colorado River curves dramatically into a perfect horseshoe shape, creating one of the most iconic sights in the area. After soaking in the views at the Horseshoe Bend, we continued our beautiful drive towards Monument Valley. The road stretched out through stunning desert landscapes, and the scenery along the way was just as breathtaking as the stops themselves, making the drive a highlight of the trip in its own right. We reached our next RV site late at night, but the next morning brought one of the most exciting moments of the trip. My amazing husband drove us all to Forest Gump Point before sunrise, while we were still half asleep. When we woke up, we were greeted by one of the most breathtaking sunrise we have ever experienced. These are the special moments we live for. We spent some quiet time there watching the sunrise and its golden rays light up the stunning formation of Mountain Valley, a truly magical way to start the day. After soaking in the sunrise at the Forest Gump Point, we drove back to the RV site, got ready, and then set up to explore the Monument Valley. The vast, iconic landscape was even more stunning up close, and we couldn't wait to see all the famous rock formations and capture some unforgettable moments along the way. One important thing to know, RVs aren't allowed beyond the Monument Valley Visitor Center. If you want to get close to those iconic rock formations, you need to join a separate guided tour. As we reached the visitor center, the view was just breathtaking. Monument Valley is part of the Navajo Nation, and each of these towering sandstones has its own name and story. Even from the visitor center, the view is incredible. Endless stretches of open desert and those glowing red rocks shining under the morning sun. If you want to explore even more, you can take a guided jeep tour that goes deeper into the valley, where the guides share fascinating local legends and history. It's such a peaceful and magical place, truly one of those destinations that stays with you after you leave. Next, we went into the visitor center. Inside, there's a small museum and a gift shop where you can learn about the Navajo Nation's rich history and culture. The display explain how monument valleys were formed and the meanings behind each of the famous rock formations. It's so fascinating to see how much tradition and storytelling is tied to this land. There's also a cozy restaurant and a beautiful outdoor viewing deck, the perfect spot to grab a coffee and just take in the stunning views of the valley. The whole place feels calm and welcoming. And that's how we wrapped our Monument Valley tour. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss part 4 of our road trip. In the next video, we'll be exploring the incredible arches and Zion National Parks. You definitely don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.